There is no doubt about the fact that India is one of the fastest growing economy in the world. And the Indian economy is bound to grow for the next 20-30 years to become the third largest economy in the world after US and China. Now when Indian economy would grow, every sector in the economy would grow. Be it banking, auto, paint, utility, healthcare, IT, etc. Now there are many top-notch companies in each sector. And the biggest challenge for the investor is to pick the right stock from each sector. For example, in IT sector, should you invest in TCS or Infosys or HCL or Wipro? In banking, should you invest in HDFC or ICICI or Kotak or Axis? Likewise, in gas distribution, should you invest in Indraprasth Gas, Mahanagar Gas or Gujarat Gas? In paint, should you invest in Asian Paint, Berger Paint, Kansai Nerolac? In FMCG, should you invest in HUL, Nestle, Dabur, Marico or ITC? Likewise, there is a long list of companies. Hello everyone, my name is Sahil and this is my Personal Finance Academy where I explain everything about money management in layman's language. If you have been watching my videos, you would know that I have been analyzing one stock per week where I do an in-depth fundamental analysis of the company. But now I have started another series called Stock Comparison, where I will compare the top companies in each sector so that as an investor, you can make an informed decision before picking a specific stock. Previously, I compared HDFC Bank versus ICICI versus Kotak versus Axis. This is the second episode where I will compare Asian Paints versus Kansai Nerolac versus Berger Paint. We will start with analyzing the paint sector in India, key trends and the future growth prospect. Then we will do the business analysis of each company and finally we will do the financial comparison where we will compare the market cap, last 5 years stock return, revenue growth in the last 5 years, profit growth in the last 5 years, return on equity and return on capital employed, debt to equity, promoter shareholding and percentage change in promoter shareholding and finally the valuations. So let's get started. The Indian paint industry is over 100-year-old. The domestic paint industry is estimated to be Rs 500 billion industry with the decorative paint category constituting almost 75% of this market. The decorative paint market includes multiple categories depending on the nature of the surface like exterior wall paint, interior wall paint, wood finishes, enamels as well as ancillary products like primers and putty, etc. The industrial paint category constitute the balance 25% of the paint market and include a broad array of segments like automotive coating, marine coating, packaging coating, powder coating, protective coating and other general industrial coatings. Overall, both the domestic and industrial paint sector are expected to grow at a very good rate. Factors like increase in disposable income, rising urbanization, increasing trend of nuclear families, reduction in average repainting cycle, improving lifestyle, need for unique and personalized home or office space, increasing premiumization and government initiative towards infrastructure building including home and industries would continue to drive this growth for paint sector in India. Established in 1942, Asian Paint is in the business of manufacturing, selling and distribution of paints, coatings, products related to home decor and providing paint related services. Its decorative coating segment, which is the largest contributor to the company's revenue, features a comprehensive portfolio including paints, painting tools, waterproofing solutions, wall coverings and adhesives. It has also entered into the home improvement space including two categories of kitchen and bath fitting comprising ranges of modular kitchens and sanitary ware. Asian Paint has the market leadership in paint sector in India for the last 50 years. Asian Paints is 3 times bigger than the second competitor which is Berger Paints. Established in 1923, Berger Paint India Limited is the second largest paint company in India and company derives 80% of revenue from decorative paints and the rest from industrial paint, of which automotive account for 8%, powder coating account for 2% and other industrial accounts for 10%. Established in 1920, Kansai Nerolac Paint Limited is the largest industrial paint and third largest decorative paint company of India based in Mumbai. It is a subsidiary of Kansai Paint of Japan. Their industrial paint has huge application in automotive industry, including passenger car, commercial vehicle, auto, two-wheeler, etc. Their products are also used for coating on refrigerators, washing machine, AC, etc. If you look at the market cap, Asian Paint has a market cap of rupees 2.4 lakh crore. It is followed by Berger Paint with market cap of rupees 72,600 crore, and then Kansai Nerolac has a market cap of rupees 33,000 crore. So in terms of market cap, Asian Paint is number 1, followed with Berger Paint, and then Kansai Nerolac is at number 3. If you look at the last 5 years stock return, Asian Paint share price has jumped from rupees 900 to current level of 2500. That's almost 3 times return in 5 years. Berger Paint share has jumped from rupees 190 to current level of 750, giving 4 times return in 5 years, and Kansai Nerolac share has jumped from 160 to current level of 610, which is also almost 4 times return in 5 years. So in terms of return in last 5 years, Kansai Nerolac and Berger Paint has given 4 times return and Asian Paint has given 3 times return. If you look at the revenue, Asian Paint revenue for FY20 stood at rupees 20,211 crore. Kansai Nerolac revenue are rupees 5,280 crore and Berger Paint revenue stood at 6,366 crore. So Asian Paint is the clear leader, followed by Berger Paint and then Kansai Nerolac. In terms of revenue growth in last 5 years, Asian Paint revenues have grown at a CAGR of 8.2%, Berger Paint revenue have grown at a CAGR of 8.8%, and Kansai Nerolac revenues have grown at a CAGR of 8.58%. So in terms of revenue growth, all of these companies are at same level. If you look at the profits, Asian Paint profit for FY20 stood at rupees 2,705 crore. Kansai Nerolac profit are rupees 521 crore and Berger Paint profit stood at 658 crore. So Asian Paint is the clear leader, followed by Berger Paint and then Kansai Nerolac. In terms of profit growth in last 5 years, Asian Paint profits have grown at a CAGR of 14.2%, Berger Paint profits have grown at a CAGR of 20%, whereas Kansai Nerolac profits have grown at a CAGR of 13.7%. So in terms of profit growth, Berger Paint is number 1, followed by Asian Paints and then Kansai Nerolac. If you look at the return on equity, Asian Paints ROE for FY20 stood at 26.7%, Kansai Nerolac ROE is 13.9% and Berger Paint ROE stood at 24.7%. So Asian Paint is the number 1 company in terms of return on equity and it is followed with Berger Paints and then Kansai Nerolac. If you look at the return on capital employed, Asian Paint ROCE for FY20 stood at 33.2%. Kansai Nerolac ROCE is 17.5% and Berger Paint ROCE is 27.1%. So Asian Paint is number 1 in terms of return on capital employed, followed by Berger Paints and then Kansai Nerolac. If you look at the debt to equity ratio, Asian Paint debt to equity for FY20 stood at 0.11, Kansai Nerolac debt to equity is 0.05 and Berger Paint debt to equity is 0.29. So all 3 companies are comfortably placed in terms of their debt to equity ratio. If you look at the promoter shareholding, Asian Paint's promoter shareholding for FY20 stood at 52.79%, Berger Paint shareholding stood at 75% and Kansai Nerolac promoter shareholding stood at 75%. So all 3 companies have got good amount of holdings from promoters, which shows the trust of promoter in the company. Please note that there is no change in promoter shareholding in all 3 companies in the last 3 years. Asian Paint has a pledged shares of 11% and Berger Paint and Kansai Nerolac have no pledged shares. Currently Asian Paint is trading at a level of rupees 2500 with a PE ratio of 85. And if you look at the historical PE of Asian Paint, it has been trading at a median PE range of 60. So definitely the current valuation is on the higher side. Now one of the reasons for higher PE of 85 is due to the poor earning in June and September quarter because of COVID. Hence, due to fall in earning, the PE multiple has increased. Having said this, Asian Paint valuation is on the higher side. If you look at the valuations of Berger Paint, it is trading at rupees 750 with a PE ratio of 139. The last 3 to 5 year median PE of Berger Paint has been 60 to 65. That means the valuations are clearly expensive. But again, one factor is due to too poor quarterly earning during COVID lockdown. Kansai Nerolac is trading at rupees 610 with a PE of 87. If you look at the historical 3 to 5 year PE of Kansai Nerolac, it has been trading at a median PE range of 52. So again, The current valuation are on the higher side, and one of the reason is due to poor earning during lockdown. Overall, all the three stocks are currently available at expensive valuations. Based on the analysis, all three companies are strong player in the Indian paint category. Asian Paint is clearly the leader in terms of market share, revenues and profit. In terms of revenue growth in the last 5 years, all three companies are at par. However, in terms of profit growth in last 5 years, Berger Paint is number 1, followed with Asian Paints and then Kansai Nerolac. In terms of profitability, including ROE and ROCE, Asian Paint is number 1, followed with Berger Paint and then Nerolac. Finally, in terms of valuations, all three companies are at expensive valuation. The better strategy would be to buy when the valuations become a little less expensive. And my pick among all three companies would be Asian Paints. What would be your pick? Do let me know in the comment box. Also let me know if you want me to create a detailed video on Berger Paint and Kansai Nerolac. I have already covered Asian Paint detailed fundamental analysis. What are the other companies you want me to cover? Mention them in the comment box and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and share the video. Take care.